Okay, so I've just started recording the webinar, so again, a copy will be issued to you later this afternoon. Today's webinar is about placeholders, okay? So just showing you here from our user guide. So our user guide is an area that you can access from your PageTiger account. Here you can type in keywords and it will fling up information in relation to that keyword. So for example, I typed in placeholders here earlier this afternoon. And what it does is it gives me an overall description as to what a placeholder is about and how you can create it. Again, if you do have any questions, you can always email training@pagetiger.com and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have as it goes to the entire team here. Okay. So just very quickly, so a placeholder is an alternative name in PageTiger terminology for find and replace. So a placeholder enables you to set up a little formula that you can add on to publications, for example, a candidate name or a job title. And then within your template, wherever you put that placeholder formula is where it will then enter the relevant information. Okay, so just going to create a placeholder. So I'm going to come back to my PageTiger account, okay? And with a placeholder, what you need to do first of all is you need to tell the system that the document you've created is going to be a template, okay? So in order to tell the system that you're going to be using a template, firstly, you'll need to go into settings. So from the management screen, you need to go into settings, okay, which can be found here on the bottom button icon toolbar. So I'm going to click settings, okay. This will then give you some issue settings. Okay, so this is based on the document that I'm working from at the moment. At the top, you've got two tabs. So you've got a details tab and you've got a template tab. If you click template, okay, it then gives a small tick box and it will acknowledge that this will be flagged as a template, allowing you to create other documents from this one. So in other words, duplicating. So if I click on the template icon, okay, it now tells me to create a template name. So for example, on this one, I'm just going to call it placeholder. Okay, I can also lock the design. So again, if I want to lock any images or text panels, then I can lock them here. Okay. I don't want to ignore any placeholders because I want to be able to put them in order for me to save my time when I'm creating a job offer pack. Okay, placeholders doesn't have to be used against job offer packs. It can be used against any document that you wish to create. Okay, so I'm just going to flag that one out there now. It can be used absolutely for anything. So, you know, is it going to be a sales target review? So you need to change the month, but the content will roughly stay the same. You know, are you going to update targets? Are you going to do like a HR review pack? So do you want to put in the person's name, you know, the department that they work in? So again, placeholders can be used for absolutely anything. So I'm going to save my changes here. Okay, so my changes have now been saved. I'm going to go to manage my publication.
I've just done a webinar at the moment.
Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to now go back in and open my design. So I want to, in my design, place my placeholders. Okay, so here I'm going to go into open design. Okay, so what I want to do now is insert a placeholder. So underneath the title of my document, where I've got everything you need to get started, I'm now going to change this to an employee name. Okay, so I'm just going to right click and edit my content. And in my strapline, I'm going to change what I need it to. However, this time when I'm editing the content, there is a slight difference. Okay, when I selected in my settings, I'm going to be using this document as a template. I've now got another icon here that says insert or edit my placeholder. Okay, so I'm going to take out everything you need to get started. And I'm going to say issued to, okay? And now from my placeholder icon, if I click on this button, I can now depict what I want to add in there. So from select existing, I'm just going to click on the drop down, and here it tells me all of the existing ones that I can pick from. So do I want to put in a reader name, a reader email, but at the moment I don't have a generic name field. So what I want to do is I want to click on Add New. So I'm just going to close this drop-down box, and I've got a space here that says Add New. So I'm going to put in candidate name, for example, and I'm going to click OK. So what this has now done is this has now created a placeholder for me. Okay, so when I go to duplicate my document, a placeholder will appear on my screen before I go in and start editing my content, which I'll show you in a second. So now I've got candidate name here, I can click Save. So click Save. And what it's done is it's created a little formula for candidate name. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to update my issue, like so. Okay, and I've just saved, or I'm going to save the content that I've just put in there. So now I've got my template in function, I've got my placeholder in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it to the test, just to definitely make sure that my placeholder does work. So at this point, I'm going to create a new issue. Okay, I'm going to go from design. Okay, so now in my layout library area, I now have a new document that says placeholder. So because in my settings previously, I told it was going to be a template, I've now got the template available here. So I'm going to click Use. Okay, and again, publication group, you can pick from where you want your template to go to. However, now at the bottom, I have replace placeholders. So where I put in my placeholder name field, I can now type in my candidate name. So I'm just going to put Learn at Lunch. I'm going to call it placeholder. I'm going to call it issue 2. And for my folder name, I'm just going to call it placeholder test. Okay, so now I'm going to put in my candidate name. So good old Joe Blogs. It's going to be used as an example here. So I'm going to click Create. Okay. By clicking Create, I'm going to go back into the design. And now here at the top, you can see that my candidate name, Joe Blogs, has now been put into my document. Okay, if I want to work through and add more placeholders, I can do. So again, I can just scroll through the document here at the bottom. And again, if I wanted to put any information up here, I can do. And again, I can change them wherever I want to. So a placeholder can be inserted absolutely anywhere within your Page Tiger document. So again, if you're popping in generic content, but from time to time you're only changing a few things, be it employee name, salary, job title, absolutely anything like that, then always use a placeholder and it will save you so much time. This was today's webinar was about placeholders. So please come and join us next week for creating a menu. So creating menus will allow you to understand on, how you can brand them up, so the type of colors you want to put in there, and what each purpose of a menu you can choose from. So again, always please come and stay tuned. If you do have any questions, please do feel free to ask me now. Alternatively, what you can do is just drop a line to us at training@pagetiger.com, and then we can answer your questions. If not, you can always drop me a personal line at nicola.way@pagetiger.com, or you can use the contact us form through our Learn at Lunch webinars, which we'll email you the recording of later this afternoon. I hope you all enjoyed today's webinar, and I hope you found it very useful. Again, please do get in touch if you've got any questions, and we'll be happy to look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you.
See you later, guys.